Spacey, Simsy, and we are back with more Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. As my brain just got frozen for a second. Okay. Anyway, so we are going down the Van Helsing route today. Okay. Oh, and two things. One, I'm pretty sure we do get our weddings in this, but I think in the menu there is a option that's all grayed out and you can't choose it. It's like when you would go in and choose new game or gallery, there's one that's all question mark, question mark, question mark. And I think that's after stories, but I think you have to get through, I don't know if you just have to do all of theirs first or if you have to do the whole game. I don't know when they unlock, but it's not unlocked now, even after doing Victor's Route. I checked after we played, but anyway. And also, it's a little spoilery, but I want to tell you now, just so that you're not heartbroken, we don't get a kiss with Van Helsing again, because this game hates him. I don't know why it hates him, but it hates him. It's like in the first game, where we went through and you're like, I didn't get a kissy CG. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? And then you got it in the second game. And you're like, thank God! Oh, I feel so good about it. It doesn't. They don't do it in this one either because they hate Van Helsing for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Van Helsing's the best, but anyway. So there's your disappointment for the day. Just... Code Realize. A terrorist plot that threatened the entire world, masterminded by the genius scientist Isaac Beckford, the modern Prometheus. He endeavored to transcend his mortal shell and become God, and in doing so, rule over all of humanity. His ambition was one of sheer madness, a scheme that sought to force the advancement of civilization by means of eternal global warfare. And the keystone of this horrific plan was me, the daughter of Isaac, Spacey. Spacey! Embedded in my chest, blossoming like some terrible flower, was the precursor to the Philosopher's Stone, the Horologium. Okay, I don't know if this is word for word the same as in Victor's, or if it's obviously the same but maybe worded a little different. I don't really remember. So this false heart, eternally beating with its poison that courses through me, is the root of my curse. Regardless, fated to live out my life as a monster in isolation, forgotten to the world outside, that all quietly began to change on that fateful day when I took the gentleman thief's hand. Since that day, I've been on a search for my father. I sought the purpose for my existence, for my being born. Eventually, I found myself in the Steel City of London, where I met many of my now dear friends. Yeah. Every time. This doesn't get old. I still get all squee-like and ee! When I load the game and I watch the credits, and when you first get into the menu, each one of them pans by and it's I could sit there for hours watching it. It only gives you so long before it plays the intro song again, which then I could just sit there for hours just watching all of that. It never gets old. I mean, I've literally only loaded the game 2 or 3 times now, but it still never gets old. The magnificent gentleman thief, Arsène Lupin. Lupin. The dream-chasing genius engineer, Impy Barbicane. The sin-bearing alchemist, Victor Frankenstein. The mysterious, elegant noble, Saint Germain. I just love seeing all of them. I love them so much. The war hero dubbed as the human weapon, Abraham von Helsing. I feel like these are slightly differently worded. I don't know. Meeting each of them, the countless days I've spent with them, those were the things that sowed the seeds of love in my heart when I had thought myself nothing more than a lifeless doll. The things that gave warmth to my body when I had thought myself a monster. I believe that's why I was able to save him. My little brother who suffered so as he yearned for love. I believe that's why I was able to make that ultimate confrontation with the scientist who met a wretched fate at the hands of his own insanity, driven mad from the yearning of lost love. In the end, Father's mad plans vanished into the sky along with his desires. I've since returned to my home of Wales, where I now live with my little brother Finis. At times, my friends visit me, and at others, I go to visit them. But for the most part, it's just myself and my little brother, living our peaceful and ordinary lives together. And just when I've begun to get used to this newfound lifestyle, winter and its clear, clean air had arrived before I realized it. The cold December air manifested as white clouds with each exhale, and the wind brought with it a frosty bite. Winter is a quiet season, but also a somewhat lonely one. I'm willing to bet that the wonderful city I left behind cares a little about the cold, and in fact is as going about oh Tim. And in fact is going about business as usual. In fact, this winter should be as lively as ever. It was only a few days prior when I found out about something in particular. This year, it seems, London is planning a grand Christmas celebration to coincide with the unveiling of the Reconstruction Memorial. Led by Queen Victoria, Christmas trees will adorn streets all throughout the city. Can I just tell you all of a sudden as I'm reading this and oh, Christmas festival. Oh, we already know that the Christmas festival thing because we did that in Victor's route, but it's just all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I desperately want to see Van Helsing fucking frolicking at a Christmas festival. I can't. There will be many stalls at the Christmas market as well. Surely with all of those decorations, the city will look more beautiful and vibrant than ever before. And on a joyous day of revelry like that, it's difficult to imagine the fun-loving Lupin and his band of merry men simply sitting idle. Something's bound to happen when Christmas comes. Of that I have no doubt. Me either! And it's gonna be Van Helsing under the tree with a big bow. My chest can't help but well with anticipation of the coming holiday. I know, right? I'm so excited for you. Me, us. Whatever. Indeed, this is a Christmas story. One which took place in a dazzling Wintertide London. Of course. Roll credits. All right. This is going to be okay. All right. Okay, I get the shit. No, I got stage fright. Stage fright. I got to get the Van Helsing voice going. I know we just did it in Victor's part, but it's still, when you first have to do someone's voice in any part, it's hard. It's hard to get into the mojo, but anyway. The scenery quickly passes by me as the wheels of the train clack along the rails. I open the window slightly, and with a whistle comes a burst of frigid air, the embodiment of the snow-covered season. Sure is getting cold. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It's funnier because he's not Sherlock, you know. Fall is giving way to winter. I always want to slip back and read this in my normal voice. It's so hard. It's so hard to be the boys. It's nice because we get to hear their inner monologues and things and their thoughts, and we're like, yes, come tell me that you love me, and it's nice. It's nice, but it's hard because I want to read it normal and not in their voice, and it's just. Furthermore, the northwest area of the United Kingdom is far higher in latitude than London. It's only natural then that it would be this cold around noon. Oh my God. I can't. Right off the bat, look at how fucking beautiful he is. Can we just sit here for an hour? Wait. I'm not even kidding. Would anyone complain? Would anyone literally complain, if they had to stop? We're like, wait. I'm just going to talk for about an hour about my day. Put it on mute and just stare. You'll know we've moved ahead when I click the button and you see the text go by. And then you can rewind a little, hear me read the and then move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. No one would complain if we had to stare at him. God. Anyway. Delacroix, we're approaching the next town. Let's take lodging there for tonight.
What do you mean, Helsing? The sun hasn't even set yet. Even if we're on a tight schedule, we should try to make the most of our travel time and at least get to the next station.
Says the one whose bright idea of camping outside in lieu of finding lodgings got us waylaid by bandits. Camping outside? Who would want to do that in winter? Van Helsing, why would you listen to him?
What of it? We beat them to heck and back and even got a reward for their bounty.
Only because of the combined power of the two of us were we able to walk away unscathed. If you fashion yourself a king, it would do you well to learn some common sense and imagine how you'd act alongside a normal person.
I know. You don't have to lecture me.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm gonna fall off my bouncy ball. I'm just gonna faint. I need a swooning couch. I need to get a Chay lounge. What are they called? I always call them chase lounges. That's not what they're called. I don't even know. I can't speak fancy words, but I need one of those. I was like, I need a fainting couch. Oh, of course it is too dead. I'm not actually hardcore. I'm just saying. That face. I can't. I'm gonna have to read this fast because I can't look at that. I'm gonna fall over. He makes a sulky face, but doesn't dismiss the council. And perhaps he has a trace of kingly caliber after all. Oh my god, I can't help it. He's so swoon-worthy. I feel my face relax as I watch Delacroix II, who sits across from me, groaning. Come now, there's no need to rush things. This town is massive. It might even serve us well to stay a few days and gather information. Besides, your goal is hardly more than a glimmer in the distance at this point. No, don't leave me! Oh, more than half a year has already passed since I quit London alongside Delacroix. Our journey began with the objective to find the last surviving vampires. Since then, thanks to the aid of the pro-vampire nobleman Marquis Renfield, it's become something of a full-scale sanctuary movement. Delacroix seeks to establish an autonomous vampire region within the UK. To obtain the land where the vampires were persecuted and hid away amongst the atrocious sub-race genocide. I was like, wow, I did not read that right, and that really fucked me up right there. Okay, away amidst the atrocious sub-race genocide. However, the cooperation of the British government won't be an easy task, considering their long history of oppressing their own people. Naturally, there'll be an overwhelming number of reluctant, wary vampires. Today, however, we met with vampires who willingly accepted our proposition of wanting to protect them. And I mean, you're also the vampire killer. Like, I mean, it's great that you're with Deli, but like at the same time, you're like, so, and they're like, you killed like all of us. And he's like, I mean, not all of you. Frankenstein was responsible for the gas that killed you. I'm just saying, like, but I killed like a lot of you. Like, I mean, like a lot, but like, semantics. Like, shit.
Are you sure? I know it's weird coming from me, but this won't happen overnight.
This won't all happen overnight. Whatever.
And there'll be hardship. Strife between humans and vampires will take some time to mend. This won't be, in any way, an easy path.
Nevertheless, it is you who stood up for us. The son of Dracul, or rather, the late King Delacroix. How can we remain idle at your proposal when the blood of the man who died for us courses through your veins?
I feel really good that I gave him over dramatic voice because I feel like that was a very dramatic line. Or maybe it's just in the reading.
That vampires may once again walk under the sun. Please, let us lend you our strength.
I mean, you're outside in the sun right now. I get what you're saying, but poor choice of words.
I see. I'm overjoyed to hear that. I'm so proud of you all.
Oh, I'm so glad we just get to stare at this CG every time it goes back to him. Smirk for me, beautiful. But actually, like, looking, like, ponderingly out the window. I don't even know the word that I wanted to use for that, but like, this just, yeah, no, I'm good with this look too. I could just stare at you all day. Quite frankly, this isn't how things normally go. It's almost never this simple. But such was Delacroix II's surprise. Such was the sheer intensity of his happiness. That I quite would have liked if the others could have seen him like this. Ah! And then he does that face again. I can't handle it. I love this path because it's Van Helsing, but I also love it because we just get to stare at his goddamn gorgeousness. Like, I have problems. I know I have no life. This is the joy of my life right here. Fuck. Okay. I need to remind myself when I'm having a bad day, like freaking last Friday, and I was like, I can't record, I'm too angry, and I'm like, I should have just played the damn game, because I would have been so much fucking happier. Like, so angry and stressed out, I can't even play, because I don't, the second I loaded this game, I would have been like, ah, puppies and rainbows and glitter. Alright, I'm sorry, birdies and rainbow and glitter. I know, don't look at me like that. The bird's sitting here, and he's like, puppies? The fuck? Yeah, I know. Birdies and rainbows and glitter.
It's better?
Yeah, that's better. Oh, it's a little booger bird.
Sorry. My bird's just sitting here and he's letting me pet him. He's being nice right now, so it's cute. Anyway,
What is it, Helsing? You look like a father watching over his young child, and it's giving me the creeps.
look at his little face. It's nothing. I'm just delighted to witness your growth. Ah. I crack a smirk and throw a glance out the train window once more. And the scenery passes by like the flow of time, not a second to see it off. I can hear the sound of the steam as the train spews it out. It's really hard because I'm sitting here, my bird is on my left shoulder, I'm petting him with my right hand, and I'm trying to click the button with my left hand while my remote is sitting on my lap, so... But it's like when he's being nice and I'm petting him, I can't stop petting him, and now this is a really awkward position I've gotten myself into, but... I can't help but be reminded of days long past. I'm filled with nostalgia as I recall those unruly days in London, the city of steam and steel. Sorry, Booger, I can't keep petting you, it hurts. Stretch my shoulder the wrong way. And now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since we left London.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it still hasn't hit me yet. Feels like just yesterday that we were raising hell with the crew.
A subtle hint of loneliness seeps out from Delacroix's expression and tone. Perhaps the same could be said of myself as well. I can only wonder what they're up to now. Although we're traveling all around the United Kingdom, it's not like we've left London behind forever. Reporting back to Marquis Renfield and negotiations with government officials, we've had plenty of opportunities to show our faces over the past several months. Lupin's crew, however, is fundamentally a collective of freewheelers, each of whom has his or her own goals. Other than Victor, who runs a clinic in the poor part of the city, everyone seems to be out and about much of the time. Even if we had returned to London, we wouldn't have gotten many opportunities to meet with the others, if such was our situation. Oh, he looks sad. Not to mention a particular incident of note. Oh, a certain someone confronted and parted with her own father. Afterwards, she returned to Wales with her little brother. I'm referring, of course, to Spacey. The name escapes from my lips. Her smile gently wavers behind my closed eyelids. What are you doing right now, I wonder? I'm sitting here pining over you, like always. I'll always pine over you, Van Helsing. Look, in every game, in every, freaking goddamn anime, you have your favorite boys. Don't get me wrong, I have, a huge collection of them, okay? I got a huge collection of my anime boys. That would be in my anime boy harem, okay? But, I'm sorry, but I feel like Van Helsing, you're still, right up there as almost one of the number ones, yeah. You just, God. You just have, all the things. You got 3 of the things that I look for. You're the glasses. I love the glasses characters. I love the assholes. And if you're a glasses asshole... Okay. Generally, it's the glasses assholes. Sometimes the assholes, you're like, sometimes I like the assholes. But if they've got glasses, it's like, you're instantly, I love you. And you slam me up against a wall. I always love it when they do that. They get points for that. I always love the glasses characters. Be it Dave Van Helsing, the glasses asshole, or they're Victor, the glasses nerd. You're like, I just love them. You could be the glasses sweetheart or the glasses asshole. The best actual representation of the glasses character, though, you really have to watch Utano Prince-sama. If you haven't, you fucking have to, because Natsuki is the best fucking example of the glasses character. Because I'm going to spoil a little bit right now. Just a little bit. He is, overly adorable. He loves the cute things. So you're like the glasses nerd, and you're so sweet and adorable, and not normally a character that I would fall for, but for some reason I was like, I love him, I don't know why, I just do. When he takes his glasses off, he becomes an asshole, and it's fucking amazing. There was just one episode where they kind of reveal it, and I was like, wait, so you're telling me he's got a whole other personality when he takes his glasses off? I'm not gonna tell you why, but I was just like, no wonder why I love him. Because he's literally the glasses asshole without the glasses on. He puts the glasses on and he's a glasses nerd. And you're like, I can't. Plus that also means he's the fucking crazy one. Because there's always one, like Saint Germain's a little stabby and crazy. Ukyo and fucking Amnesia was like goddamn fucking insane. Shiraishi and fucking Color X Mouth. They're the crazy ones, and I love the crazy ones. What it is, the crazy asshole. You're like, you're fucking insane. I love you so much. Crazy fucking weirdos. Just love it. Or you get the Toas. Adorable fucking glasses, awkward nerds. Who are like superstars hiding underneath. I just don't even know. It's the glasses. I don't know what it is. It's the fucking glasses. Who knew? I have a feeling though it's not like a weird I think it's like a huge thing. Everyone's like, yes, the glasses characters. Like it's like a huge thing that everybody likes. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. Like a huge amount of people like the glasses characters. Like it's like Japan knows us. They're like, wait, put glasses on him. Yeah, okay. Now everybody loves him. I don't understand. I don't understand how they know this. I don't get it. I guess it's kind of like how all the female characters are always kind of derpy, stupid, and useless. Whether they're the heroines or like, it's like, oh, I fell! Oh, oops! I fell off a cliff! Oh, why are you so fucking useless? They're too stupid to live, you know? And that's usually aggravating and you hate that, but in like Otome games, you have to be so that the boys can rescue you. Or if you're a guy and after a female character, they're always derpy, stupid, and useless because then you have to feel useful. Why is that a thing? I mean, it is. It's a fucking thing. Why? I don't know, but that's what we go for. They know us better than we know ourselves. We just don't want to admit it. My eyes aren't quite as big as that, but just saying. I'm not quite derpy and stupid. I'm pretty derpy. But anyway. Back to the game. I just had to ramble. Come on. We could sit here for 4 hours and talk about anime boys and why we love them. Each individual one. Well, he's the stereotype. That's why I love him. The robots. I also love the robots. Like Saito. Doesn't know how to fucking be a human. Fucking love him. Anyway. When I first met her, she called herself a monster. She knew only solitude, distancing herself from others. But this girl, whose body coursed with deadly poison, had always yearned for warmth. And perhaps it's because I spent time with her as a comrade. Perhaps it's because I had witnessed firsthand her kindness and strength. Perhaps it's because you're fucking in love with me! Clue in and find me already. I need to... I need this kiss shit to not happen and disappoint me. Or perhaps it's because I had allowed myself to see the similarities between us. Yeah, I'd slam you up against a wall in a heartbeat. What? Nothing. And perhaps that's why the image of this girl, whose path strayed from mine, is still etched into my mind even now. The same goes for the others as well, of course. But why is it that her image is the most vivid of all? Because you don't want to have sex with Impy, or Lupin, or Saint Germain, or Victor? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you, but I'm just saying. Hoping it's me. And the train soon slows its pace, and we disembark and find ourselves in a port city that we had stopped by before during a particular incident. Oh, were you going to check out the Beatles? I understand. The port city located to the northwest of London, Liverpool. Liverpool! Birthplace of the Beatles. That's all you need to know. It doesn't fucking matter. A city located to the northwest of London, it is sometimes referred to as the second city of the British Empire and is a bustling hub of trade. Lupin's crew made quite the ruckus in this city in the past. Wait, was this where we did was this when we were in the mafia thing? Because like how was that? Wait, whoa. That didn't happen in the fittest route. That was like a whole side story. You can't count that. Does that count as canon now? I don't know. I'm so confused as to what's canon and what's not. I know this is like the Finnis route. Well, not really. It's really... Wait, I'm very confused now. You had the first game. And then you have all your endings, and the canon ending was Lupin. And then you went and you did the second game, which was the continuation. But then it was like, no, this is different, and the canon ending was Finnis. And now this is pulling off from that. But I'm very confused as to what happened and what didn't. There's too many branching timelines, and this is why you don't Time Lord. Oh, it's confusing. The space-time continuum is broken. It doesn't matter. It's all canon. It all happened. We are technically dating all of them. That's what I want. We managed to arrive... Oh, right, Seer. See, I always forget. I always slip into me reading normal, like reading the girl voice. Not the dude I'm not used to this. We managed to arrive here before the early winter sky becomes completely dark. We drag our fatigued bodies, exhausted from the endless traveling, into a nearby inn.
Oh, look, Helsing! A soft bed! It's been a while since we've seen one of those, huh?
Deli is fucking adorable. Like, look at his little face. It's so cute. I just want to pinch his fucking cheeks. I understand this sentiment, but calm yourself. At least take off your coat first. Look at his fucking face! Oh my god! I was too busy looking at Deli and then reading, and I just glanced. Oh my god, look at Van Helsing's adorable face. Why is he so fucking adorable in this? Like, don't get me wrong, I love his moody, angry face, but like, I love this like little like, oh, Deli, you're adorable. I love that look. It's like he's looking at a cute, fluffy kitten. Oh my god, I have chest pains. I think I need to go to the hospital. They'll be like, why? Have you seen Van Helsing's face? Look at it. It hurts me physically. They're like, oh, this poor girl has no life. I know. Oh, my chest. Anyway. And the boy leaps onto the bed the moment he gets into the room, and I can't help but let out a dry laugh. My advice falls on deaf ears as Delacroix walks around the room, looking out through the window with shining eyes. Deli's so adorable.
But wow, the city sure is enormous. Even more so considering we've been out in the sticks for so long.
Liverpool is a bustling city of foreign trade, after all. Just as the nickname of Second City of the British Empire implies, this city's pride is second only to that of London. In fact, the endless stream of carriages and automobiles passing outside is proof that its prosperity is on the same level as London's. Automobile! A machine vehicle that propels itself by means of the energy generated by its steam engine. Essentially what we think of now as a car. I just love how they say that like we don't know that automobile is a fucking car. Like, it's different. These are steam powered. Our cars are not steam powered, but it's just so funny. What we think of now is a car. Oh. It's like a locomotive is like a train. Oh. Oh, game, you're adorable. There's not much we can't acquire here, be it things or information. Let's make the inn our base of operations and relax here for a few days. We can gather information while we stock up on supplies.
So I'll be staying here for a while, and I'll go and contact the mansion in London.
He must have been, champing at the... Isn't it chomping at the bit? Is it champing at the bit? That was chomping at the bit. Thought that was the saying, but maybe I've always said it wrong. I don't know. Having learned that we can send telegraphs from the inn. He's like a kid. Yeah, I'm gonna go play! I'm gonna go play in the elevator! There's probably not an elevator, but there might be. Are there elevators in this? There should be. Come on, you can power elevators by steam, I'm guessing. Right? Everything else. Delacroix rushes out of the room. That face. God, Van Helsing, that fucking face. Ah! I love the pan up. It's like, check out the sexy. Look at the face! Oh, God, I can't. I let out a dry laugh once more as I watch him run off excitedly and finally take off my own coat. Good. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Never mind. You know what I'm gonna say. Anyway, he's a restless one. He looks so angry. The boy named Delacroix had once held a deep grudge against humans after his clan was exterminated during the Vampire War. By me, but let's not get into semantics. He still harbors a trace of resentment towards humans. That much I can tell. And deep down, I'm sure the embers still burn within his heart. But even so, the precarious demeanor he showed when he first came to London, constantly on the brink of snapping at any moment, is now concealed. Though it nonetheless manifests at times, more often he shows his smile and acts like no one would expect a child of his age to act. Like one would. I was like, what? Like one would expect a child of his age to act. Spacey can't read. Don't mind her. To think he'd show such expressions to me was the target of his revenge. A development that neither of us would have ever been able to predict. I envy him in a sense. I take off my glasses as I step closer to the window and stare at my reflection in the glass. Oh my god, do we get to see Van Helsing without the glasses? I mean, it's not the same as glasses. We need the glasses! Put them back on! No, wait. I don't care. I love every bit of you, Van Helsing. The boy is far younger than me, and although steeped in a deep desire for revenge, is starting to enjoy his life. So, what about you then, Abraham von Helsing?
Deli comes in. Are you talking to yourself?
Over the next few days, as we had planned, we sojourned here to the city of Liverpool to put our efforts into gathering information. In a city this big, all manner of information, true and false, and somewhere in between, can be gathered. Information regarding people on the run, or whether anyone came here during the Vampire War. Or more directly to the point, whether anyone has heard of any vampire-related rumors. It was on a day such as this when we were gathering information and checking facts. Though not immediately related to our original objective, we heard a rather interesting rumor. Taking into account everything we've learned thus far, perhaps we should return to London before we progress further.
I agree. We had a lot of luck this time. We even managed to get more supporters from the vampire side. We should report back to Marquis Renfield, directly if at all possible.
Right. Little as it may be, if we show evidence that things are progressing, the Marquis should react favorably. It should also serve as a check to those who disapprove of the idea of autonomous districts. And just as we're discussing our course of action over breakfast...
That reminds me. Did you see this, Helsing?
Delacroix hands me today's morning paper. I traced the letters with my bespectacled eyes, squinting with my bespectacled eyes. It's like he knows. He's the bastard bespectacled boyfriend. See, I also love this angry face of his. It's sexy as shit. And then he gets that little, like, sweet, endearing face. It's like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it! Could you just be twins, the angry twin and the adorable twin? Like, that's basically what he is. He's like the pissed off angry twin, and you're like, God damn it, I love it. And then you've got the sweet, adorable one, and you're like, God damn it, I love it. And they're just one person, and it just makes it amazing. So you don't have to choose. Sorry, I just had a heart attack. My heart literally just stopped beating for a second. In commemoration of the reconstruction since the Nautilus incident, a Christmas celebration will be held.
Under the command of the Queen, all of London should be quite festive, it looks like. We also received a message from Lupin and the others, saying it would be a good opportunity to meet up on Christmas.
I see. So our decision to return to London couldn't have been timed any better. I guess I should enjoy the peace and quiet away from them while I can. Oh, but look at his face! He's like, I should enjoy the peace and quiet, but I love my friends! Oh! You say things like, I should just enjoy myself while it lasts, but your face says, I miss them so much. Oh, Van Helsing, I love you. In contrast to the sigh I heave, I can't stop a smile from spreading across my lips. Oh! His bro friends. Lupin, Impy, Victor, the Count. And perhaps, I wonder if Spacey will be there too. Those familiar faces materialize in my head, one after the next. See, he wants to be in a man harem with all of them. Just all of us. Like a 6-way love. Well, maybe like a 7. Can we throw like Sholmes in there? I mean, I feel bad leaving him out. I'm very much looking forward to this. Yeah, me too. Oh, you meant the game in the winter and not the man harem thing. Whatever. I'm just going to read into it. I'm unable to voice that thought, but I think fondly of distant London nonetheless. So, a Christmas party then. I suppose it would be about that time of the year.
We never celebrated Christmas back in my village, but I've heard stories of the customs. If I remember correctly, there's a reindeer-riding monster who comes and gives out gifts, right? Something like Santac?
Sandy Cross.
Yeah, that's right! Sandy Cross! Sandy?
Good children receive presents, but bad children get nothing but sand in their stockings and belly buttons. What the fuck? Is Van Helsing fucking with him, or is Van Helsing literally an idiot? Sandy Cross! Oh, Van Helsing, your parents didn't love you, did they? Sand in their belly buttons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That should not be as fucking hilarious as it is. I'm gonna cry. What you doing, booger? Oh god, I'm crying. My eyes are literally watering. That's so fucking hilarious. I think it's like this. They get sand in their stockings instead of coal, but in their belly buttons. What the actual fuck? Who came? Okay, I think there needs to be an award for whoever wrote that in this game. Like whichever what like. Did one person write this whole story? Whoever came up with that just needs lots of hugs and awards because that's fucking hilarious and I can't even. Where did that even come from? Oh, I don't even care. It's amazing. Holy shit. Oh, God. I can't.
But I'm fine, right? I've been good all year round, I think.
His actions betray his words. Delacroix's hands cover his stomach as he nods and backs away. I suppose things might get a little awkward when he finds out that I was just joking. Well, we'll cross that bridge at a later time. Okay, good, you were just fucking with him. You don't actually think... But like Van Helsing, who the fuck would be like Sandy Cross? Bad kids get sand in their stockings and belly buttons, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what a weirdo. I mean, it's not weird enough that an old man breaks into your house and leaves you presents, but I mean, he leaves you presents, so like, I guess... I mean, if you're gonna break into my house, at least leave me shit, don't take my stuff, because normally if someone's breaking in your house, they're taking your shit. That's not cool, but you're gonna break into my house and leave me presents, I mean, and eat my cookies. I mean, that's fine. Cookies for, like, presents? Alright. As long as it's not sand in my belly button, that's all I'm saying. Delacroix grabs the newspaper again and thrusts it toward me.
Anyway, all of London will be decorated, and there'll even be a huge market. This is so exciting, don't you think?
I do. I can't wait till you actually say that to me when we get married.
That's it?
What's it? I give a curt reply and sip my tea. And despite having gotten a bit cold, it's quite a nice flavor. I'll have to remember to ask the innkeeper what brand it is.
What is wrong with you? You're about as excited as a corpse. Not as much fun as a rabid tortoise.
How does that even work? I guess that's why it's not fun. Oh my god.
Don't you have any other reactions, like happiness or something?
A rabid tortoise. And be careful what you wish for. Imagine me full of glee and jumping for joy, rejoicing, yippee, it's Christmas, or something. I'm fairly sure this little king would have me committed to an asylum on the spot. I cringe at the thought. And meanwhile, Delacroix peers into my face, staring sharply. He really doesn't. He's like, that little smirk is all he can muster. I mean, if this is Van Helsing, his range of emotions is tight. That's all I'm saying.
Don't tell me. You've never celebrated Christmas before?
Nonsense. Of course I have.
You always just got sand in your belly button though, huh?
In fact, I can say with certainty that I've celebrated it every year of my life thus far. Back when I lived with my family, I'd offer quiet prayers while enjoying our shared company on that most holy of nights. Oh, that's true. I forgot his family was murdered. Whoops. That's terrible. And during my years of being stationed away from my home, my colleagues would drag me out for a rowdy revelry into the wee hours of the morning. And thinking back on it, those are all among my most cherished memories. Oh, he has like a soft spot for Christmas. That's adorable. Would you just want to like wrap your arms around him, just hold him, and just squeeze him? You're just like, you're just so cute. And this tranquil happiness, however, is ephemeral. And from the days I slaughtered the innocent, from the moment I lost my family. Oh, now we're getting tragic. From the second I swore revenge. I've long since lost sight of my happiness, and with it those fond memories. Oh, poor broken little Van Helsing. It's too late now. Perhaps 10 years ago would have been a different story. But Christmas for me now means...
You look like you just dropped your ice cream. Come on, Van Helsing.
Did you just slap him?
Anyway, with our trip decided, we better start making plans.
You're the one who brought this trip up in the first place. He immediately flicks me in the forehead with his finger, to which I respond with a glare of disapproval. Perhaps not aware of the ridiculous strength of his own flicks, Delacroix disregards me and starts spreading out a map. Right then, plans. What else do we need to plan other than arranging our tickets? Even if we plan to get to London by Christmas, we still have a few days to burn. In which case, perhaps we should go to London ahead of time and finish up discussions with the Marquis. Or perhaps we should stay in Liverpool for as long as possible and focus on our search for vampires. But Delacroix shakes his head and points at Liverpool at the top of the map.
We have the option of leaving for London early, true. But since we've come all this way, why don't we go to Wales, pick up Spacey, and then go to London?
It's like, fucking, we need Deli. He needs Deli to fucking guide him to us. It's adorable.
In the interest of finding the whereabouts of my brethren, I propose taking a more scenic route on our way to London.
The boy's fingertip traces southward along the western coast. It then makes a sharp turn along the way, going directly east to London. Catching on to his implication, my eyes widen slightly. Via Wales?
That's right. We've yet to investigate the Wales area. Fucking Delhi, I love Delhi. And even more importantly, those two live in Wales, right?
Right. Or so I've heard. He knows. He's like, I know exactly what their house looks like. Fantasize about them every day. To the west of London is Wales. It's a place where an old mansion stands, where Spacey resided in solitude. We could see her. Saying those words out loud, I can hear a part of my chest make a peculiar sound. It's the same emotion I felt when I realized I'd be meeting my old friends again. Or perhaps it's something more. Come to think of it, when was the last time I saw Spacey? I closed my eyes and let my mind answer. That's right. It was her lonely silhouette in the setting sun at the station. Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably selfish of me to do so, but I wanted to apologize to you, Van Helsing. No, I feel like I must apologize to you. It was the day when she and Finnis were to return to Wales. Before we parted, she quietly uttered those words. Why? Why was she apologizing? For what was she apologizing? But before my lips could speak those words, I stopped myself, shaking my head. I already had a fairly good idea of what she was apologizing for. She was off to live happily together with her little brother Finnis, which meant, in essence, she was asking me to rid myself of my desire for vengeance toward Finnis. How cruel it must have felt to her when revenge was my raison d'etre. Today? Raison d'etre? Is that what it is? Whatever. I don't know. I don't read French, motherfucker! You know what, game? Damn it! Anyway, even understanding the implications of her apology, she bowed her head to me. I know what it is, but I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean? Anyway. And I smiled at her. No need to apologize. You've made your decision, and I've made peace with it. And that's all there is to it. Her expression wavered as though she were in pain. Even after all she knew, she still couldn't yield to my acceptance. The last words she spoke weren't apologetic, but rather, "Thank you, Van Helsing." Words of gratitude. And then she was gone. The melancholy, sad music, it hurts. The train shrank into the distance as it blew both whistle and steam. As I watched, an indescribable feeling of loss welled up inside my heart. In the end, out of everyone who saw the two of us with smiles and who saw the two off with smiles and waves, I was the first to turn my back. I wanted to run, to leave it all behind me, yet the thought of our separation was tearing me asunder. Oh my god, it's so adorable. Oh, it hurts, it's so beautiful. Unable to put my thoughts into words, I saw her off as she left. My heart, my emotions. Even back then, when everything was filled with such uncertainty, there was something palpable, a fragment embedded in my chest, a sharp pain. That was the only certainty I knew. If only I could fulfill my revenge. If only I could avenge my family, I'd gladly trade my own life, my future. It seems like only yesterday that this mantra carried me ever forward as the flames of retribution washed over me. Regardless, when Finis appeared before me after being abandoned by his father, even with my greatest foe in my iron sights, I couldn't pull the trigger. For a time, I had the perfect excuse to eliminate him once and for all, to put a stop to Code Realize. However, some time passed, and although I had many opportunities to kill him, ultimately I couldn't bring myself to do it. I now understand why. The target of my revenge, the one whom I thought responsible and unforgivably evil, the leader of Twilight, Finis. He was just another poor soul who was manipulated by Isaac. There was also the possibility that Finis wasn't the one who ordered the atrocious murder of my family. Upon this realization, my once steadfast resolve began to waver. A few days later, we embarked on our detour as per Delacroix's proposal. After brief stops in several towns and villages along the way, we finally arrive in Wales. It's a region that has an entirely different charm than that of London. Though there are small hubs of industry and trade, none of the cities here have developed to a large scale. In fact, it's a region where the Middle Ages influence still holds a tight grip, a place with many castles and old buildings. The house in which Spacey and Finis live would be best described as in the heart of the middle of nowhere. It is, after all, a few hours' walk away from even the closest town, making the inconvenience of travel all but guaranteed. It sure would make matters simpler if that impy fellow were here, but no use talking about someone who isn't here, I suppose. And so we boarded the stagecoach that makes its rounds near the mansion, and journey on foot for the rest of the way. We walk in the wide open plain while keeping boredom at bay with idle chit-chat.
So, how the fuck do we get food? We, walk for 4 days? God, that would suck. It keeps us healthy. Look at Dilly. I love his fucking giant goddamn fucking scarf. The D on his pin. I don't like not having my touchy pad where I can point things out to you. I don't like it. Anyway. A cold-blooded guy like you buying a present for someone else is the last thing I expected. When people change, they really change, huh? Nice to see that you actually have warm blood in that heart of yours.
You're the one who insisted we bring a souvenir when dropping by someone's house. Making no effort to hide my grimace, I feel for the box inside my coat pocket. Just as this cheeky vampire says, we stopped by a nearby town on the way to the mansion. And there we got a souvenir for the duo we hadn't seen in quite some time. I hope it's to her liking. I don't claim to know what a girl, or rather Spacey specifically, likes. I wonder if she would even accept it.
I know. I don't claim to know what a girl likes. Well, not all of girls are the same, so I'm glad you said Spacey specifically. Some girls might like chocolate, and other ones are like, what the fuck? Why? Why? Is it dark chocolate? The fuck were you thinking? I'm just saying. Or like Reese's. I got you peanut butter cups. Unless it's the fucking shapes for the holidays, get the fuck out of here with that. It's too much chocolate and not enough peanut butter in the cups. I'm sorry. I love Reese's, but only the shapes. Like the trees or the eggs or the pumpkins. They're pretty much just a blob. They're not really shaped very well, but the peanut butter to chocolate ratio is more peanut butter, less chocolate. The cups, it's all chocolate, barely any peanut butter. It's not good enough. Unless they're dark chocolate Reese's. Those were so good. They stopped making them a long ass time ago. They were only around for a little while, and it's why? They're the best thing ever. It's dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Anyway.
I wonder if she would even accept it. Will her face light up in a delighted smile, like the one I used to know so well back at St. Germain's mansion? And just thinking about presenting the gift to her fills me with an oddly restless feeling. Perhaps in an attempt to shake off that restlessness, I strike up a conversation with Delacroix. I left choosing Finis's present to you. What did you decide on?
Oh, that's still a secret.
but you do well to set your expectations high. I was torn between 3 items, among them a pince-nez.
A pince-nez? That's like a fucking monocle, basically, right? Yeah, anyway.
And a cat ornament with a peculiar meow, but this one reigns supreme above all.
So, like, a monocle. Like, aren't they the kind that actually, like, rest on your nose, though, or something? Or are they, like, the little... I mean, it's something in that vein. Anyway. A cat ornament. I'm just... The range of things that you were going with, Deli, is just... I would have gone with the cat ornament. I can't wait to see what it is. Why do I have a bad feeling about this just from hearing about the candidates?
Huh, but what did you pick out, Van Helsing?
Delacroix completely ignores my remark. Then he catches me off guard with words I wasn't quite ready to hear. Oh! I wish it was an engagement ring when you said something about the box, and I was like, it's not what I think it is. It's not going to be that yet, but anyway.
Let me guess. A bouquet of roses? A cute necklace? Or maybe an engagement ring?
Huh? Wait a second, Delacroix. Why these guesses in particular?
As if it's a shocking surprise. You're quite fond of that girl, correct?
He's like, oh my god, I am! Like, Deli knew. He didn't. I told you. That's why Deli's doing this. Deli's like, you're too stupid for your own good, Van Helsing. You're in love with her, and we're going, and you're gonna get married. Jesus. Hold on now. How could you possibly come to that conclusion?
How, you ask? Considering you were sweating bullets when trying to figure out a gift. Even the shopkeeper had to ask if it was for your significant other. Multiple times!
That's simply their way of handling customers. It's not meant to be taken literally.
Is that so? You're saying you're not into that girl?
Children say the darndest things. Or so it's said. That would be an understatement in this case. His blunt question, which leaves no room for ambiguity, freezes me in my tracks. I have little doubt that people such as Lupin or the Count would have no trouble evading the question, but unfortunately, I lack their social adroitness. With that in mind, I don't know what to do! Dodge the question, stay silent. I know we never went back in Victor's and did the other options, and I thought of that right before I started this. I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that, because I forgot there were options, but we can go back. I don't think anything changes, except for the little question, so we can do that at the end. We can go back and read all the little... After we do maybe the main 5, we can go back and, like, read the other answers, because I forgot to do that in Victor's. So, I don't know. But anyway, with that in mind, stay silent or dodge the question. I feel like there's a part of me that wants to dodge the question just because I want to see Van Helsing try to, like, stammer out of it. But I feel, yeah, I want to dodge the question because I want to see what he's, because I feel like stay silent, you know it's going to be ... not say anything. Obviously. I want to see him try to fumble his way out of it because I feel like it could be funny. Maybe it's not going to be, but I just feel like it could be amusing. Calm yourself, Helsing. Abraham von Helsing. It's a simple, lighthearted question asked in the spur of the moment with no deeper meaning. And surely if I lead the conversation elsewhere with some clever speechcraft, he'll quickly lose interest. I take a few deep breaths and change the subject with the sly subtlety of a master orator. And that reminds me, why don't we have a fiery debate over the merits of pump action versus lever action? That reminds me. Don't try to dodge the question. We got, like, glossary here. Pump action. A reloading method in which a mechanism is pulled back and pushed forward to remove the spent casing and load the chamber with new ammunition. Because there's no need to let go of the trigger during the process, reloading is made quick and easy. Lever action. Pulling the lever, which also acts as a trigger guard, located along the bottom of the gun, empties the spent shell casing and loads fresh ammunition to the chamber. Van Helsing's gun uses this style of reloading.
You're obviously trying to change the subject, but couldn't you have chosen something a little better?
Delacroix stares at me with dismay, or perhaps pity would be more accurate. I made further attempts to hijack the subject, but Delacroix wouldn't budge even an inch. Defeated, I had little choice but to start talking.
If like and dislike are the only choices, then there's little doubt that I'm fond of her.
Ah, the truth reveals itself. In that case...
With that said, like and fond don't necessarily mean what you think, and naturally the same goes for her as well. I do my best to keep Delacroix under control. Scrunching his brow, he tilts his head from side to side with a perplexed expression.
But, what do you mean? What more like is there than like?
If only it were so simple. I gently pat his head as though I'm calming down an overly excited puppy. Indeed, if only it were so simple. If only, for example, Spacey were a girl working in a flower shop in town, and I were a university student. And then our love could have blossomed then and there, and matters would have been far less complicated.
Helsing is the weirdest little things in his head. The weirdest fucking shit in his head, like Sandy Cross leaving sand in your belly button and like, if only she was a maiden at a flower shop and I was a university student and our love could have blossomed in the flower shop, right? With all the flower like that's adorable and like, oh my god. And I can just imagine what he's imagining and I just find his brain is such an interesting place.
Reality, however, is very much complicated. And here I am, barely even able to speak the word like in the first place.
A cold-blooded guy like you buying a present for someone else is the last thing I expected. When people change, they really change, huh?
Honestly, I truly do think I've changed. I doubt I would have ever said the word like aloud in any context, be it jest or lie in the past.
Oh, Helsing! I think I can see a mansion!
When did he get so far ahead? Rushed along, I sluggishly raised my head. It's the very location of the address we were given. The house in which Spacey and Finnis, the two with whom I share deep ties, are currently living. Guided by the boy's voice, I hasten my footsteps.
This is the perfect place to stop. And then. We're not going to find out the and then. And then? No and then. No and then for you.
So yeah, I'm going to wrap this part up here. And we'll continue in the next part. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.